Hi everybody, my name is Brianna and I am a certified group fitness instructor with Penn State Campus Recreation. I'm so happy you're here and I'm so excited to do some yoga with you today. So I know that right now is kind of a crazy time and you might be out of your normal routine, but while it's super important to keep up with your schoolwork and any work that you have going on, it's also super important to care for your physical and mental well-being, and that's why I'm here to get moving and do some good yoga with you that will hopefully be exactly what you need to help you stay happy, healthy, and fit during this time. So our theme for today's class will be grounding and energizing so that you can feel good, find your zen, but then also have that energy to be your awesome self and show up for the world in the best way possible. So some quick little housekeeping stuff before we get into our workout. Definitely maintain social distance, which is about 2 arms lengths or 6 to 8 feet apart. But if it's possible to work out with a friend, that's always recommended, whether it's sibling, family, roommate, whatever you got going on, bring them on in and let's do some yoga together. Also, make sure you start and stop whenever you need to, and feel free to modify any of the moves that I suggest or anything that you see in any of our videos to what feels good for you. We won't really be using any props today, but I will be using a yoga mat. So if you have one of those, feel free to unroll that bad boy. Otherwise, towels or blankets would be perfectly good substitutions, or just doing it right on a floor surface that feels good for you. Make sure that you're exercising in a safe, open space where there's no obstacles or furniture that are going to get in your way. So make sure to clear out your space before you get started, and make sure you're wiping down any surfaces before and after you exercise. So whether it's that mat or your ground, whatever you got going on, keep it nice and clean. And make sure you're wearing nice comfy clothes. And I will be doing yoga barefoot to help prevent any slipping. And if you feel dizzy, short of breath, or any pain at any point, make sure you stop exercising immediately. So with that being said, I'm so excited to share this time with you. I wish you much love and light and peace during this time. And yeah, let's get started. So we're going to start out in a nice little crisscross applesauce position on our mats. Let our hands rest on our knees and take a nice big deep inhale. And exhale, relax your body, let go of anything on your mind, focusing on the here and now. If you feel comfortable letting those eyes drift shut, nice big inhale, welcome goodness into your life. And big exhale out through that mouth, letting go of anything that no longer serves us. Keeping up with this nice big breathing. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And with each exhale, feeling our sitting bones really rooting into the earth below us. Feeling that support of the earth underneath us, underneath that mat that always is protecting us. We are never alone. We are always one with nature. Once again, nice big inhale and exhale. Relax your body. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Awesome. On this next inhale, gonna release our hands from our knees and reach them up toward the sky. Palms come to touch each other. And then blinking those eyes open, gazing at our thumbs. And then exhale, hands come to heart center. One more time, inhale, sweep those arms up, reach for the sun, and then exhale, hands come to heart center. Final time here, seated, inhale, exhale, nice, beautiful. Now, untangling those legs, swinging them around behind you, and coming onto all fours, nice quadruped position. So, our wrists and our shoulders are stacked on top of each other, and our hips and our knees are stacked on top of each other. And our back is nice and straight. We could balance a glass of water on it. From here, we're going to tuck the toes Look up at the sky and lift the tailbone up, starting to come into our cat-cow flow. So on the exhale, we're going to flatten those feet, curl the back, tuck the chin. Beautiful. Waking up that back, gaze up, tailbone up, curl the toes. And then feet come flat, tuck the chin, round your back. Flowing between these two moves at a pace that feels good for us. Beautiful. Once more in each direction. Keep following that breath. And once you're done, coming back to a nice neutral spine, so releasing those feet, back to that nice flat back. And then we're going to curl the toes, send the hips up to the sky, coming into our first down dog of the day. So we're basically in like an upside down V position right here. And we feel our hands fully planted into that mat, sending energy through every corner of our palm. And at the same time, pushing our heels as close to the mat as possible. Pulling that belly in and pulling those hips up toward the sky. Breathing here, surrendering to this moment. Awesome. And then shift the gaze forward. So we're looking at our fingertips. Slight bend in our knees. We're going to step or hop our feet to meet those hands. Coming into a forward fold. Hanging out down here. Maybe letting our arms sway side to side a little bit. Let it all go. And then slowly rolling on up to a standing position. One vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. Once we're there, rolling our shoulders toward the back of the room. And then toward the front. Sending energy down through our feet, feeling our feet, the bottom of our feet. Really coming to know the bottom of our mat, feeling that texture, really grounding into the earth that's supporting us. We're going to reach our palms out and up toward the sky. Slight tuck in our chin, maybe if we feel comfortable, letting those eyes drift shut. This is mountain pose. Feeling the strength and the power that comes from a mountain. Feeling the energy soar into your hands. This is a receiving pose, so welcome all the goodness that the world is waiting to offer you. Maybe wiggling those toes, reminding ourselves we're still here, we're still alive. There's so much to be grateful for. And as we're here in this position, deciding what our intention for this class will be. So maybe it's a power word that makes you feel good, makes you feel strong. Maybe it's determination, resilience, balance, power, strength, calm, peace. If one of those resonates with you, maybe saying in your head right now, I am calm, I am peaceful, I am joyful, repeating whatever phrase feels good. Or maybe that intention is something more concrete, like I won't look at my phone throughout my practice today, or I will love my body now and find a way to love on others later today. Whatever feels good, but sitting here in the peace of our mat, looking inside and setting that intention. Breathing through this, and once you're ready and intention is set, sweeping those arms up, blinking those eyes open, fingertips reaching toward the sun. Then we're going to bring our right hand down to the middle of our stomach, and then reach our left hand up and over toward the side wall, feeling a nice release in the side of our body, making sure our torso is facing forward. Beautiful. Inhale, come back up to center. And then exhale, other side. Other hand comes to the middle of our body. And then we reach up and over. Awesome. Inhale, back up to center. Gonna do once more in each direction. So we reach to the right. Inhale. And then coming over to the left. Awesome. Inhale. Making sure our shoulders are relaxed away from our ears. And then we exhale, forward fold. Flowing through some sun salutations now. We're going to inhale and halfway lift. Nice flat back. Letting those hands rest wherever on our legs feels good. And then exhale, release. Forward fold once more. And this time we're going to bend our knees as much as we have to so our hands are fully planted on that mat. Then we step our right foot back to the left foot back, coming into plank. Beautiful. Flowing through our vinyasa now, either hanging out up here in plank or coming onto our knees. We're going to flow through. So our elbows are pointed toward the back of the room. Our core is engaged, pulling that nice and close to our body. And then we slowly lower down, keeping those elbows nice and close. And then glide forward. Chest is on the mat. Beautiful. From here, we're going to peel up. Peel that chest up off the mat and look to the sky. And exhale, peel back down. This time, we have two options, either peeling our chest up in cobra as we just did, or coming into up dog, where we peel everything except for the tops of our feet up off our mat. So picking an option that feels good. This is our up dog here. Either way, gazing up to the sky, and then curling the toes, lifting those hips up, and returning to down dog. Beautiful. Continuing to breathe, gazing forward, stepping or hopping our feet to meet our hands, and coming into that forward fold once more. Awesome. Taking our time to roll on up, back to standing. Finish our sun salutation as we started in mountain pose. Beautiful. We're going to flow through this once more, maybe picking up that pace a little bit, feeling our body warming up. We inhale and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. And then exhale, fold, bending our knees so our hands can come to reach on the mat. Right foot back, left foot back, hang out in plank. Engage that core, pull that belly button in. And then flowing through our vinyasa, so nice and slow and controlled, lowering closer to our mat. And then gliding forward into either up dog or cobra. Then curling the toes, lifting those hips up to the sky. Coming into down dog once more. Breathe. When we're in down dog, our gaze should be at either our knees or our toes, and our feet should be about $1 bills width apart. And those heels are parallel to each other. Nice. Shift that gaze forward once more. Step our feet to meet our hands. Forward fold. And this time, as we hang out in forward fold, we're going to bend our right elbow to bend our right arm to reach our left elbow, and our left arm to reach our right elbow. So we have two right angles. Nice. And just hanging out here. See if this feels a little different. Releasing any tension in our neck. Maybe feeling ourselves drift a little bit closer to our mats. Awesome. And releasing that bind of our arms. And rolling on up. One vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. Maybe shake it on out. Crack a smile if you're not feeling good already. Rolling out those wrists. Rolling out those ankles. Nice. And once more. Open up that chest, open up that heart. Nice big inhale, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you know what to do. Plant those hands on the mat. Right foot back, left foot back. Nice plank. One straight line from the base of our neck all the way down to our toes. Sending energy out through our heels and flowing through our vinyasa here. Maybe coming onto those knees if that feels better. So we lower down and glide forward into either cobra or up dog. Seeing that subtle difference, lifting that body weight. And then on the exhale, curling the toes, hips to sky and down dog. Hanging out here. And from here, we're going to lift our right leg up to the sky. Awesome. Maybe rolling out that ankle. And if we want to, bending that knee for a nice hip opener and searching for our right heel under our left armpit. Making sure those hips are still staying square to the mat. Beautiful. Straighten out that leg once more if you tried that out. And then we're going to swing this leg all the way through to step in between our hands. Nice. And now we're going to bring our back heel down so it's at a 45-degree angle. So both heels are down on the mat. And that back heel is pointed toward our top corner of the mat. Once we feel both feet are grounded down in that earth, we're going to lift our chest up, coming into Warrior One. If you're feeling a little bit wobbly, maybe widen that stance, so step your feet a little bit further apart. And we want to make sure that both hips are square to the front of the room. So if you were looking in a mirror, you'd be able to see both hips right now. And we're bending into that front leg, that back leg is straight. Once you're feeling good, nice and stable, we're going to reach our fingertips up toward the sky. Super important here to make sure our shoulders are relaxed down away from those ears and still staying nice and close to our head. Beautiful. Breathing through it. This is Warrior One, a pose that makes us feel strong, makes us feel empowered. So using this moment to channel our inner strength and recognize that we can make it through any obstacle. You are resilient, you are capable, and I believe in you. Maybe sinking a little lower, surrendering to that mat. It's okay if we wobble a little bit. Awesome. And from here, we're going to adjust our position a little bit so that front heel is going to intersect with the arch of our back foot. So we want those two to be perpendicular. And then we're going to turn our torso to the side of the room, sinking low into Warrior Two. So this is what it looks like from the side. And our gaze is over that front hand, bending nice and strong into that front leg. And our arms are in a T, nice and strong like a warrior. Beautiful. Breathing through this. And on your next exhale, this backhand is going to come to rest on your back leg. Front arm reaches toward the back of the room and we reverse our warrior. Chest stays open to the side. Awesome. And inhale. Back to center, arms in a T. And on the exhale, our front elbow is going to reach for our front knee. That back arm is going to reach toward the front of the room. And we gaze at our thumb. Relax those shoulders. Awesome. And inhale back up to center. Exhale, reverse once again. Reach toward the back. And then inhale, center. And exhale to the front. Feel the energy surging through your body. You are alive, you are moving, you are doing just great. Awesome. And come to center. Then we're going to cartwheel our hands over that front foot. So framing that foot and stepping it back in our plank once again. I know you guys love this. And we lower down. Elbows are pointed toward the back of the room, flowing through our vinyasa, and gliding forward either into cobra or up dog. And on the exhale, coming into down dog. If you'd like to take a minute to recenter, then bending those knees and coming into a child's pose. Awesome. Or if you're still with me, ready to rock it on the other side, we're going to lift our left leg up this time and bend it toward the back of the room. Gaze for that right heel, for that left heel under your right armpit. Awesome. Come back to center, straighten that leg, and step that foot between your hands. We're going to do our little warrior 1 and 2 flow on that other side. So, back heel comes down onto the mat at a 45-degree angle. So it's pointed toward that front corner of your mat. Both heels are rooted on the ground. And we rise that chest up. Remembering that both hips should be facing toward the front. So maybe widening that stance. If that feels better. Bending into our front leg. Arms reaching up toward the sky. And feeling like the strong warrior that you are inside. Nice. Breathing here. Maybe shutting those eyes for a moment if we need a feeling of peace for a brief second. It's alright if we rock over a little bit. And switching it up here. So, turning our torso to the side. Turning those back toes so that they are intersecting with our front heel, coming into warrior 2 on the other side, reaching, 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 and sinking nice and low. Beautiful warriors. Challenging ourselves to have that front knee be in line with that front ankle. And back arm comes to reach our back leg. Reverse. Can we sink any lower? Make sure our chest is staying open. Beautiful. Inhale, return to the center. And then exhale. Front elbow comes to front knee. And that back arm reaches, reaches, reaches. Nice, breathing through this. Our breath is our friend. Inhale, come to center. And then exhale, reverse. Sinking a little bit lower. Awesome. And center. One more side each time to the front. Beautiful, and center. Nice. Now cartwheeling these hands so that we frame our front foot and stepping that leg back to meet the other one. We're in our lovely friend the plank, flowing through our vinyasa. So we lower down and then glide forward into cobra or up dog and gazing up at the sky. Curl the toes. Hips to sky, down dog. Seeing if this time, now that our down dog's all warmed up, if our heels can reach any closer toward the mat. Beautiful. And taking a minute here to bend our knees. Big toes come to touch, sending those hips toward the back of the room. Forehead on the mat. And we take a second to recenter in child's pose. So bringing to mind whatever intention we set at the beginning of class, that power word or that thing that we plan to do, and letting it motivate us as we continue to move our bodies. Taking a second here to have gratitude for this time we have together to connect on our mats, to connect with ourselves and look inside, and feeling that power and that energy to keep going. So, when we are ready, coming up into quadruped, all fours from that child's pose, and curling the toes, coming into down dog. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to step our feet up to meet our hands. And take your sweet time to roll on up to standing. We have a little challenge right here, so we're going to reach those arms up. And we're going to sink nice and low into our chair. So, like a squat here. Tuck that tailbone in. Pretend we're sitting in an imaginary chair. Awesome. Our big toes and our heels can touch or be slightly apart. Relaxing those shoulders. And from here, either hanging out here or maybe stacking our elbows up on each other. Beautiful. And now for our little balance challenge, finding that inner zen. We're going to come up onto the balls of our feet, so lift those heels up off the mat. We're going to try to lower down close to that mat. You got this, you got this. And now rise back up. Onto those hippie toes. Beautiful. We're going to try that 2 more times. So, lowering down. Keep the control, maintain your inner peace. And exhale. Rising back up. 1 more time trying this. Use that breath. Pull that core in nice and tight. And exhale. Come on up. Beautiful. And release those heels down onto the mat. Untwine those arms and shake it on out. That's a little balance thing you can try anytime. You want to push yourself a little bit, try something new. Beautiful. Recentering on that mat, coming into our mountain pose. Letting those eyes drift shut, find that center once again. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to reach those arms up. Exhale, fold. Flowing through a nice vinyasa once again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands on the mat. Right foot back, left foot back, plank. Nice. And lowering that body down. Elbows pointed toward the back of the room. And glide forward. Peel that chest up off the mat. Into cobra or up dog. And then exhale, curl the toes. Hips to sky. Beautiful. And our little friend, down dog. From here, we're going to lift that right foot up to the sky and step it between our hands. Now our back foot, we're going to step it so it's like halfway in, closer to our body. And then slowly, we're going to lift those arms up so that they are parallel with our shoulders. Slight bend in that front leg. And if we're feeling good, we can continue shifting our body weight forward until our foot comes off the mat, coming into Warrior 3. Pulling that core in nice and tight. Little challenge, either hanging out here or maybe hanging out here, whatever feels good. And if you're up for the challenge, we're going to lift that chest up. Slight bend in that knee. Bring it up in front of us. You are strong, you are steady, you are grounded, you got this. Beautiful. Sending that leg back to the back of the room. Slight bend in that leg. Warrior 3 gazes at the ground in front of us. And lift that chest up. It's okay if we wibble, we don't have to be perfect. Awesome, and one more time, send that heel to the back. Warrior 3. And rise up. Beautiful, hold 3, 2, and 1. Release. Shake it on out. You're doing great. Maybe rolling out those ankles, shaking it out, doing what you gotta do. You're gonna try that same thing out on the other side. So, inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands on the mat. Right foot back, left foot back, plank. Lowering that body down, flowing through our vinyasa. And coming up into cobra or up dog. Gazing up at that beautiful sky. And then curl the toes, hips to sky. Down dog. This time lifting our left leg up and stepping it between our hands. And then that back foot, we're going to bring it in halfway. Lift that chest up. So we are like this right now. And then slowly but surely continue reaching that chest forward. Lifting that back leg up off the mat. Slight bend in this front leg. And our gaze is at the ground in front of us. Hips are square to the mat. Holding warrior 3. Grounding into that bottom foot. Awesome. And then lift the chest. Slight bend in that knee. Pull that core in nice and tight. Come up to bend. Awesome. And exhale. Send this leg back. Send the weight forward. So our chest is parallel to our mat. Hips are square to the mat. And our toes are pointed toward the mat. And warrior 3. And lift that chest up. One last time. Standing tall. And hold for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Roll out those ankles, roll out those heels. Awesome. Beautiful. Now we're gonna heel toe our feet out. So they're a little wider than shoulder distance apart. And they're pointed toward the front corners of the room. Beautiful. We're going to raise those arms up nice and tall. And then sink low. Awesome. Rise up. And sink low. We want our knees and our ankles to be in line if possible. So maybe widening that stance or switching it up till that feels good. Reach up for the sun. And exhale. Awesome. Using that breath. Option to keep those hands on our hips if that feels better. 2 more. And holding this one nice and low. Gonna bring our hands up to 2 90-degree angles. And then coming into goddess. So, few options here. Either we can fully come right into goddess if you're feeling crazy and lift both heels up off the mat. Pulling that core in nice and tight, shoulders and hips are stacked. Awesome, you are beautiful. Sinking nice and low. Or if we want to try something different, maybe lifting one heel, then the other, and alternating. Beautiful. Awesome, hold whatever feels good, or maybe keeping both those heels down if that feels good. For 3, 2, and 1. Rise up and release. Awesome. And however you gotta get there, we're gonna come to a seated position. So, we wanna our feet are planted on the mat, and our back is gonna be leaning slightly back from what a normal sitting position would be. And we're gonna bring our weight into our heels. Fingertips reach out in front of us. We're going to come into a boat. So option 1 is to hang out right here, right to that point where you have to engage your core and pull in nice and tight. But our heels are still on the mat. Option 2, come up so our knees are bent. And option 3, full boat, extended so we're in like a V-shaped position. Whatever feels good, we're going to hold it for 4 breaths. So inhale and exhale. 3 more in and out. 2 more in and out. Awesome. Coming back to that seated position. Recenter. Take a breath. We're going to do that one more time. So leaning back. Hands come forward and picking whatever boat position we would like. 4 breaths. Inhale and out. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Can you get any closer to your mat? Exhale. Last one in and out. Awesome. Extend those legs forward. Reach those arms out. Pull that belly in nice and tight and reach for those toes. Curling our back whenever it feels good and letting those hands rest however far out they can go. Surrendering here for a moment. Awesome. And roll it on up to a seated position. And positioning ourselves so we can roll all the way down onto our backs. Bending our knees so our feet are flat on the mat. Hips by our side. Gaze is up at the ceiling. Make sure you're not turning your neck to either side. We're going to lift both hips up off the mat. Coming into bridge. Engage those glutes. Make space between the mat and your hip bones. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Release down. Glue your spine back down onto your mat. We're going to do that 2 more times. So nice big inhale. And on the exhale, rise on up. Feeling that grounding, rooted feeling as our soles of our feet connect with the mat. And at the same time, our body lifts up and reaches toward the heavens. Beautiful. Last breath here. And lowering down, glue your spine back down onto the mat. Last time through, starting to wind down a little bit. We rise up. Beautiful. Seeing if we can create slightly more space between our glutes and the mat this final time. Feeling power as our palms press into the mat. And 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Awesome. And then from here, hugging both knees into our chest and rolling up. Then rolling back. Flowing through this, having fun with it for just a moment. For a nice full body stretch. Awesome. And then settling onto our back. Knees stay bent once again. And this time we're going to bend one leg so that our ankle is meeting the opposite knee. This is a nice hip opener, so we're sending energy away from that bent knee. And if you're looking for a deeper stretch, you're going to lift whatever foot is planted up off the mat and interlace your hands behind your thigh. And still pushing this knee away. And just breathe. Nice hip opener, variation of pigeon. Maybe letting those eyes drift shut if that feels good. Awesome. And if that leg is lifted, bring it back down onto the mat. Taking this bent knee, rooting it back in the earth. Switching it up to the other side. So whichever knee wasn't bent before, we're going to bend that one now and let the ankle rest on the opposite knee. Then either hanging out here Or lifting that leg up, making sure our shoulders stay glued onto the mat. Sending energy away from that bent knee. Release. Beautiful. And planting that bent leg down, bringing down the other foot, and hanging out here for a moment. Then lifting both legs up to the sky, lifting those head and shoulders so we can reach the outsides of our foot or maybe our legs. And we're going to rock back and forth here in Happy Baby. Nice. Roll it out left to right. And once you are feeling good, coming back to center and extending those legs out, reaching our palms either up toward the sky or facing down, rooted in our mat, whatever feels good. Starting to unwind, coming into our Shavasana, relaxation period, to look inside one last time and find peace. So if your palms are up, that is the direction of receiving. So if you're looking for some guidance, feeling lost, feeling lonely, looking for love, this is a good position. And if you're feeling like you need something to just slow you down and give you some peace, then maybe grounding with your palms down on the mat is a better option. Either way, letting those eyes drift shut and lying here for just a moment. If you're looking for some music to guide you through this part of your practice, one of my favorite songs to listen to during Shavasana is Spirit by Beyonce. Or maybe just relaxing in this moment. I will have some nice instrumental in the background and we'll reconnect to close our practice in just a couple minutes. So starting to bring some awareness back into that body, wiggling out our fingers and our toes, taking our time and moving slowly, hugging both knees into our chest, and then bringing them over to the right side of our body, and extending our right arm out and resting on it like a pillow. Lying here, feeling the support and the love from nature in the earth, and also feeling energized and empowered like a warrior. Finding gratitude for our time here spent together on our mats, and connecting through yoga, though we might not physically be together right now. And moving slowly like honey, using that right arm as support to come up to seated position, letting those eyes stay shut and maintaining our peace. Coming into crisscross applesauce once again, finishing out our class how we started. Hands can rest on our knees. Remembering that intention we set at the beginning of class, bringing it to mind once again. That power word or that goal for our practice or our day. Letting it inspire us to continue moving through our day with grace and ease and energy. Nice big inhale. We're going to sweep our arms up overhead, palms come to touch. Exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Gazing down, blinking our eyes open. Awesome. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for showing up to flow through some yoga with me today. Once again, my name's Brianna with Penn State Campus Recreation, Fitness, and Wellness. Thank you so much for coming to work out with me. Hope you enjoyed it and continue to be on the lookout for more at-home workouts from us. Wishing you so much love and light, and I will see you soon. Bye!